sealed matches, progression matches, and memes. This show has it all. Welcome to the Seal of Progrichalcos. Hello and welcome to episode 33 of the Seal of Progrichalcos. Last episode I well and truly smashed Tobias in the sealed matches, but he came back with a bit of a vengeance in the progression matches, putting the series scores to myself on 220 and Tobias on 148. Like with last episode, there were no changes to the ban list, and today we're only opening one set, and that set is the Raw Yellow Mega Pack. Now the Raw Yellow Mega Pack was released in 2012 and it's basically an abridged version
I say, Joey, can I be in this episode? Oh, double bugger!
Of the Legendary Collection GX that we opened only a couple of episodes ago. Instead of having over 200 odd cards, this set trims the fat down to the top 113 most playable GX cards, and for some reason 2 random synchros that I'm not quite sure why they're here. Looking at the super rares, all of these cards are pretty much garbage. Like, we only have one Topaz Tiger, but I do not think we're going to be bringing back the Crystal Beast anytime soon, even if we pick up a couple more copies. Everything else we already have enough copies of. In the secret rares though, there were a few things that we would love to get. We only have 2 Cyber Dragon and 2 Malicious, so buffing out our playsets of both of these cards would be great. Necro Gardener also, I don't think we have any of this card, and bearing in mind we've got a pretty good Lightsworn core, it would be good to pack in this card if we did manage to pull him, as he's just a good way of stopping battle damage. All these other secret rares we have more than enough copies of, apart from maybe the Super Poly. Wouldn't mind picking up another couple of those. In the rares we get easy access to the Yubel line. Hooray! Venomenaga, absolute crazy card. More shots at the Cyber Dragon fusions, and another chance to get the War Chariot, which obviously would be very appreciated for our Gladiator Beast deck. In the Ultras we get the 6 Samurais yet again. Wolf, we don't have any of this card, this card would be insane. And then the Miracle Fusion would also be nice to pick up another couple of copies of. In the commons though, there are 55 of them, and they're all pretty darn good. We've got obviously Sapphire Pegasus, which we only have one of. Card Trooper as a common is insane, we only have one of this card, so we'd love to pick up a couple more copies for our deck. Obviously Cyber Dragon as a common would also be really good to pick up. Obviously Plasma was only available as a tin promo before, so it's great to actually have a chance to pull this card here. Stratos as well, we would like to see our 3rd copy. Prisma is also very strong. Mizuki is good, I don't think we have 3 copies just yet. We only have 1 Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, and we don't even have any Great Shogun Shion, so any of these 2 would be really good for the 6 Samurai list. Gallus is funny. Test Tiger, we only have 1 of. Thunder King Ryo, oh my gosh, I forgot this card was in this set. This card is an absolute menace and an absolute house of a card, especially as we're approaching the Xyz era. And then we also get Gateway of the 6, oh my gosh, if we pull this card, we can do some nutty things with the 6 Sams that we already have access to. Starting off from our pools, we did manage to pick up the 2nd and 3rd Card Trooper, which is insane. Loads of Crystal Beast cards that don't matter, although look at that.
Fawn.
Topaz Tiger.
Jeremy, 4? That's insane.
3 Cyber Dragon, and really good to see that card be buffed out to the full playset. I'm not too sure what we had in the DD Crow department before, but getting 2 more is really good. Destiny Draw is also pretty good for the DD heroes and for any kind of hero-based shenanigans. 3 Plasma, I think we'd only ever want to play 1, but it's good to have access to this card now. Yes, the 3rd Stratos is mine! Oh my gosh, the hero deck is going to go absolutely insane. Ooh, we picked up 2 Gateway, another War Chariot too. Look at the Grandmasters and 3 Shion as well! Oh my gosh, the 6 Sams are going to be absolutely off the chart, boys.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
More copies of Judgment Dragon, we now have a playset of JD. 1 Necro Gardener, that's pretty good as well. 3 Super Poly! Oh my gosh, this set was absolutely insane to us. 2 more Test Tiger, that puts us to 3. 2 Ryo, that's another really great card. And 1 Wolf. Alright, this is pretty much as good as you can possibly get from this set.
Doesn't get any better than this. It's all downhill from here.
I can't wait to see what we manage to brew up for the sealed deck, and I'm sure we're going to have some crazy progression matches coming up later this episode. Right, let's flick on over to Dueling Book to get on with the sealed game. Alright, so looking at our sealed deck, we're running basically 3 main strategies here. Obviously, the Crystal Beasts sadly have to take up a big portion of the deck because we did pull very well on them, and things like Crystal Release just enable our monsters to get over most things in the format, so we have to play a few of these cards, even though they're not that good generally. We are then also playing the DD Survivor engine. Because we pulled 3 Macrocosmos, 3 Dimensional Fissure and 2 Grand Convergence, we might as well play the Survivor, who basically can come back every single turn after we wipe the board with something like the Grand Convergence, or even if he just dies in combat. Then we are playing a small hero engine with Stratos and the Plasma. This is potentially a really good way of being able to just negate all of Tabas's monster effects if we can manage to get 3 on the field, and we're hoping we can do that with things like the Crystal Promise, summoning out the Ruby Carbuncle from the Spell Trap Zone, and then getting it to summon out things like the Topaz Tiger and the Amber Mammoth, tributing them all off for the Plasma, and then just winning the game on the spot. We are also playing 2 Cyber Dragon, basically a mandatory card in this sealed environment, and 2 Thunder King Ryo, just probably the best 4-star monster. So yeah, hopefully we can pull out a win, giving a last hurrah for the Crystal Beasts, I suppose. Let's head to the replay to find out.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but here it is!
Crystal Beasts are the worst archetype ever printed.
Alright, so looking at our opening hand, well, until we drew the Thunder King Ryo, we were not sure exactly what we were doing. Right, we're just going to set down the Macro and the Grand Convergence, summon the boy Ryo, and let's see whether Tabas can mount any sort of pressure against him. Hard blocker?
So that's a no then.
When this card is summoned, change defense mode. If it's targeted from an attack, you can change the target to this card. Then choose a number from 1 to 3, mill that many cards, this card gains 100. Oh, okay, so basically this is a way to enable the Lightsworn in a sealed environment, and just an annoying card that we can't quite deal with given our Thunder King Ryo is only 1900. We're going to try and attack the card blocker. It's going to... Oh, it's got... What? Oh, when a face monster you control is targeted from an attack, you can change the attack target to this card. Why didn't you use its effect to go up to 1900? Oh, okay, because you just wanted to summon the Cyber Dragon. I guess you could have done that last turn though, Tabas. Everything is going to go to the grave, huh? Oh, we're going to use the Thunder King Ryo to negate the Cyber Dragon, and then Galloth will get summoned, and we're going to take a big 1850. We are kind of forgetting that Macrocosmos is in the field because all of these cards should be banished. But we're going to activate the Di-Fi, summon down the DD Survivor, and just end the turn. Tabas just going to set, and our Survivor will not quite die because we've got the Grand Convergence blowing up the entire board, donking Tabas for a big 300 damage, and then in the end phase our Survivor will survive.
I'm a man who can never die.
Ooh, Prisma is good here. Right, we're just going to go for the big damage here, 3500 here. Down comes another Cyber Dragon, and that is going to be the end of Prisma. Right, we're going to set down the Amber Mammoth and pass the turn. Amber Mammoth will fade here, going into the back row, which isn't too bad. Hopefully we can do like a Plasma or something. Ooh, a second Survivor is very strong. We're going to turn the first one sideways and leave the second one in attack mode. Right, we're going to take 300 damage as the Survivor will disappear and come straight back.
I am DD Survivor.
And I'm so ill. This is a warning, I can't be killed.
Raigeki is huge here. We can actually convert the Amber Mammoth into removal. I'm not actually sure whether Amber Mammoth's effect should be able to trigger to put him in the back row when we've got these cards on the field, because it wouldn't ever be sent to the graveyard. So I do think we've probably cheated a little bit here. I think Amber Mammoth should have just been directly banished. Card blocker dies. Why did you not? I'm so confused. Why didn't you play the card blocker in normal summon it and then turn it to defense, and then you would have been able to mitigate attacks, right? Cyber Dragon's going to get summoned. It's going to get buffed by the H-Heated Heart and punch on over the Prisma, taking us down to 3650. Grand Convergence, just an absolute dream of a draw when we've got 2 premium DD Survivors on the field. We're going to blow up the Cyber Dragon, deal a nice 300 to Tobias, and down comes another Cyber Dragon in the main phase too. Well, we're going to go for the Promise.
I summon Crystal Beast Amber Mammoth!
To bring out the old Amber Mammoth and then give him the Crystal Release, putting him up to 2500, and this is not quite the game because Die Prison is a plan. Right, we're going to take another 300 damage here. Then set down our Dimensional Prison. Down comes Jane. That's problematic. Right, we're going to Die Prison the old Cyber Dragon, and then the Jane will punch on over our DD Survivor, dealing another 300 damage to us. In the end phase, I don't think Jane's effect would actually work at all because you can't send cards from the top of the deck to the graveyard, but whatever, you can just mill 2 cards even though they do nothing. We're going to summon down the old Amber Mammoth.
Crashing them
DD Survivor.
into a...
Jane, Lightsworn Paladin.
How long have you been in the Force?
And then our 2 guys can get on in for nearly lethal. And that is the game. I do think we fumbled a little bit with the Amber Mammoth. I don't think we should have been able to summon him back from the Spell Trap Zone because I think he should have been banished. But I guess it did matter. I'm going to have to void that match, aren't I? That really sucks because I think that was a complete fumble of a misplay.
No.
Oh, never mind, I just googled it. Apparently they can still use its effect to place in the spell trap zone. So we did not cheat in that match. Very good to know. Alright, this is a hand. Right, Tobias is going to go for the old Magical Mallet, shuffling 2 cards back to bring out the Growth from his newly acquired drawn cards. We're going to go for the Topaz Tiger, punching over the Growth, dealing a nice 150 here. And then activate the old Rainbow Ruins and set another Die Prison. Down comes the old Jane, and yeah, we're going to let this ride, putting the Topaz Tiger into the Spell Trap Zone. In the end phase, Tobias is going to mill 2 more cards, and then it's our turn. So, going off the top. The Cyber Dragon is on the other foot now, Tobias. Right, Jane falls, and then the old 1700 direct from the old Mammoth.
I would love to pummel that little toothpick of a man.
Down comes another Cyber Dragon, and we're going to Die Prison him.
Another one.
And another Cyber Dragon comes out in the main phase too, because this card is not a hard once per turn. We're just going to...
Crashing them
Cyber Dragon.
into a...
Cyber Dragon.
How long have you been in the Force?
And then get on indirect with the Amber Mammoth. Grand Convergence does nothing for us here. We're just going to see if we can punch over the Arcus. Oh, that is a problem. Down comes another card, and in the end phase, Tobias is going to forget to mill cards, because obviously the main function of a Lightsworn monster. There we go. Going to mill the 2 from the last one. Oh, sugar. This will put 4 in the grave the second this Arcus dies. That is not good. Tobias is just going to mill out 4 cards and pass the turn Argo. We're going to go for the Prisma. Not really sure why, just in case we can make something from the extra deck. I do not think we are able to. Tobias is just going to pass, milling 4 cards here. Right, we're going to go for a set and pass.
Judgment should be imminent.
Surely now 1,000 life points goes away and the entire board is absolutely nuked. Milling the Necro Gardener as well is pretty good. Hold on, can we do anything with that? No, we can't. We are basically boned here. We're just going to go for the Crystal Promise, summoning out our Amber Mammoth in defense mode and passing the turn. Twice are going to play a Hot 1000. Lumina and Wolf. What a devastating combination, and that is the game. Right, we're going to go for the Stratos, picking up the Prisma, and then we're going to set down nothing. The Jane will run over the Stratos, and then Tobias are going to mill out the Judgment Dragon. Love to see it. We're going to go for the Cyber Dragon, summon down our Sapphire Pegasus.
Now when this beast is summoned, its special ability gets activated. And I can place 1 Crystal Beast in my Spell and Trap card zone. And I choose...
Topaz Target in the back row, and then punch on over the Jane. In the main phase 2, we're going to set down the Crystal Promise as well as the Rainbow Ruins. We're also going to use Lumina to bring back the Jane. We're going to go for the Crystal Ogeki to pop the Jane, and then we're going to be able to run on over the Lumina here. The Bastard's turn, and he's basically out of life points. He's going to go for the System Down to banish the Cyber Dragon, and then bring out the Garroth to clear our Prisma. Unfortunately, we just drew into the Thunder King, and that is the game. First up, we aim to give Tobias a taste of his own medicine. We are playing a Legendary Ocean Umi Control, baby. So, leading off, we've got the Aqua Spirit, we've got the Armed Sea Hunter, Triple Kodos, the Deep Sea Diva to pull out our monsters from the deck, Fishbowl Blaster to get us into some big synchros, 1 Kawaki Mineral Ice to potentially deal with special summon monsters, the Daedalus, Double Mother Grizzly, 2 Nightmare Penguin, 2 Spined Gilman, and then the Warrior of Atlantis who can search us the ALO. Then we are also playing Book of Moon, Graceful Charity, Double Level Limit Area B, 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, the Pot, the Preemie, Salvage to recover all our monsters, the Double Terraforming, and Triple Water Hazard to give us easy special summons. For the traps, we've got Double Bottomless, 1 Cool, 1 Compulse, and 2 Dimensional Prison. Alright, let's show Tobias that as well as being the source of all life, water is the source of his losses. Okay, this is a pretty strong opener. Anytime where you see the Water Hazard plus a lot of monsters that we can just freely summon is a good time, especially when Tobias is playing very defensively. Right, we're going to go for the Water Hazard straight off the gate, special summoning out our Kodos.
Denied! Sit down!
Oh, Tobias is going to fire off the Compulse on the Kodos. Not sure why. We're going to normal summon down the Armed Sea Hunter then and try and punch on over Tobias's set monster. Oh! Oh! With his 6 Sams! Okay, this could be disastrous for us. Camon is going to get summoned from the deck, and we're going to set down our Die Prison and pass the turn. We're also going to summon the Yaichi, and both of our back row are gone. Followed by the, what the hell is this? 6 Scrolls, Tribute 2 to summon the Shien. That is like one of the worst cards I've ever read, but it just happens to be insane in this scenario. Right, we're going to lose the Armed Sea Hunter, and yeah, the field is very much equalized down to 3 cards, down to 4 cards each. Right, we're going to go for the ALO, summon down the Kodos, pop the ALO to pop the Great Shogun Shion, and then we're going to banish out the Armed Sea Hunter for the Aqua Spirit to deal a nice 3,000 to the dome. Right, the Master's turn, and down comes the Iru. We are going to lose the Aqua Spirit here, because otherwise Aqua Spirit can just perpetually turn this guy sideways. Terraforming is nice. We can grab out our ALO and at least use Kodos to pop the IRO. It seems super bad value, but I mean, that what else are we going to do? In the battle phase, we're just going to head to combat. We could go for the Primi here just to recover the Aqua Spirit, but I don't think it's quite worth it. Yaichi and
I have a cunning plan that cannot fail.
Iroh is straight back out of here, and then the Kodos is banished to the deep. Well, we're going to go for the Terraforming, grab our final ALO. This is so desperate. We're going to go for the Primi, paying the 8, bringing back the Kodos. We're going to get max value from Kodos and ALO. That's all 3 of them popped to pop 3 cards. Crazy. Kodos can attack directly for 1400, and let's just hope Tobias has no way of recovering the Iroh.
I'm a man who can never die.
Well, the Warrior returning alive is an easy way to pick back the... Oh.
Never mind. You're dead.
We're going for the Kamon. It doesn't work that way. You need to control another 6. Okay. Well, there's the Grandmaster, so fair enough. Right, we're going to take 2100 to the dome, and yeah, we are basically out of the game. Bottomless is funny, but now Tobias already has established his strong field. I don't think it's going to do too much. We're just going to have to fire it off on the Camon just to stave off the lethal here. And is there a single card that we can draw in our deck that can stand up to the Grandmaster? No. Gozen. Oh, we started in the Gozen match. We are evil. Right, okay, we're going to go for the Armed Sea Hunter, activate the ALO, and then set down our 2 tricky traps. Tobias' turn, and down comes the Exiled Force, killing the Armed Sea Hunter. We're going to go for the Mother Grizzly here, seeing whether we can punch on indirect for a nice 1600 here. Yep, 16 Tobias. Do not forget the ALO boost, buddy. Here comes the 6 Sam United. We're going to go for the Gozen match here, stopping Tobias in his tracks, and we will lose our Mother Grizzly here, pulling out from the deck the old Spined Gilman. Our turn, and the Kodos seems pretty strong here. We're going to go for the Kodos, pop the 6 Samurai United. We do not want Tobias just drawing 3 cards. Oh, Kodos can pick up to 2 cards. Well, okay, this card is actually better than I thought. In the first game when we were just using him to sort of 2-for-1 cards, it was really bad, but now we're actually getting max value. We're going to go for the oh my gosh, Rivalry and Gozen, both on the field.
With my stun deck, I will stop the turn.
We're going to keep the Sea Serpents. I think that makes sense here. And then we're going to punch one in for a nice 3,500 here. Set down the Die Prison, and this looks good as the game. The Exile Force can pop this Blind Gilman, that's fine by us. But a second Kodos. Ooh, Tobias down to 300. You couldn't beat what? There's no way. Okay, Yaichi is summoned. And then he's buffed up to 1800, but we got the Die Prison anyway, and that is the game into the all-important game 3. Okay, Tobias are going to go for one of the mad sets, activating the gateway. We're going to lose our water hazard to MST. Compulse is going to bounce our Kodos back to hand. Our turn, we're going to go for another Kodos. Fairy Wind is going to pop our fields, but we're going to go for the Warrior. Solemn Judgment on the second ALO. Okay, you're crazy. Camon is going to get someone from the foot soldier. Down comes the Yaichi. We're going to lose our Die Prison here and lose the Kodos. Maybe actually it was a pretty heads up play. We've got the Call of the Haunted and the Fishborg. We're going to lose the Call here to both of his monsters, and then we're going to go for the Ice, pitching the Mother Grizzly to pop the Camon, and then killing the Yaichi. Main phase 2, we're going to sink these guys into the Magical Android and then clear the Immortal Bushy. Immortal Bushy will keep coming back.
I'm a man who can...
Shut up! Thank you.
We're going to keep the Gozen train going, and then we're going to go for the Salvage, recovering 2 monsters. Unfortunately, Gozen, you boat! What am I doing? I've got a light on the field. What? I think This match is void. If I win this, I just completely cheated with the Magical Android Mother Grizzly play here. Right, Demaster's Zanji is going to fall, and the Premature is going to be great. He's going to bring back the Zanji. Artem is going to clear the Zanji again, even though we cheated times a million here. This is just not fair. Exile Force will kill our guy, then we're going to go for the Armed Sea Hunter, bringing Tobias down to a measly 200, sending down a card, and the Eru is not strong enough. But I do not count that as a win because we blatantly cheated.
No contest.
We activated Gozen and we're just like, what, you're going to summon any attribute? We're going to lock your 6 samurais out into only 1 attribute, but it doesn't affect me. Clearly not. Oh, right. Into the next.
Not so fast, Benbo. Aren't you forgetting someone? I, Yami Benbo, have returned at last. This time to send Tobias to a watery grave. Presenting the deck designed to drown foes in absolute misery, the Prog FTK. Utilizing the newly released Ronin Swap Frog Substitute and the Mass Driver, we aim to make sure Tobias loses his soul before he even has a chance to play one pathetic card. Your soul will soon be mine, Tobias. I'll go first. And with this first turn, your soul will be... Oh, this doesn't quite get us there. Right, I'll activate the Quick Play spell and Destruction, sending the Flip-Flop Frog and the Dupe Frog to the grave to draw 2 new cards. Still not there. I'll activate the 1-for-1 spell card, discarding the Des Frog to summon the Fishborg Blaster from my deck. And then we shall end the turn. Foolish Bellyhole, by all means, just to summon the Wolf, the Lightsworn Beast. You think you can beat this FTK with the light, Tobias? You'll soon find that not to be the case. Dragonith, eh? Well, buffed up by 600, that is gonna be a mighty swing at my life points. But no matter. Okay, fine, you can have the first game, Tobias. Alright, you may have the first game, Tobias, but let's see how well you do now. Oh, this hand is looking better already. I'll activate the Pot of Greed spell card, which allows me to draw 2 new cards. And now, with the Substitute in hand, I shall normal summon Substitute and activate the 1-for-1 spell card, discarding the Flip-Flop Frog to summon the Treeborn Frog from my deck. Now, Tobias, you're in for a whale of a time as my Substitute tributes off the Treeborn Frog to summon the Flip-Flop Frog from the deck. I'll then use Substitute yet again to tribute the Flip-Flop to summon the Swap Frog, sending the Ronin from the deck to the grave. Now, Substitute can tribute the Swap yet again to summon the Des Frog. I'll tribute that off to summon the Dupe Frog. Have you cottoned on to your demise, Tobias? Are you clued in now? Using the Substitute, I can send every single frog monster from the deck to my graveyard. Dupe, Flip-Flop, Uni, the Elves, Ronin, Swap, Fishborg, Poison Draw, and then I shall activate the card of your ultimate demise, the Mass Driver. With this continuous spell card, I can tribute 1 monster to burn you for 400, and I choose to tribute the Ronin I have brought back from the grave. Now I'll activate Ronin yet again in the graveyard, banishing the Swap to summon himself back to the board and tributing him off yet again for the Mass Driver. I will now repeat this action until your life points are no more, banishing the Des, the Uni, the Flip-Flop, the Dupe, burning you for more 400s again and again and again. A death by 400 cuts, Tobias, the Dupe and the Elves, the Swap and the Treeborn, putting you to a miserable 0 life, ending the game in no time whatsoever. What? You left the match? You're denying me a game 3 and my rightful victory over you.
Stings, doesn't it?
Your soul would have been mine.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Okay, Yami Benbo, how's this for fair? You draw Tobias with another FTK OTK deck, you win that match, you get Tobias' soul, and mine.
You'd bargain your soul for a friend? What a pathetic and pitiful pipsqueak you are.
Do we have a deal or not?
Of course we have a deal. Both your souls are as good as mine, and what better way to take full control of your mind than with this? The Mind Master OTK deck. Yes, I think I'll have fun destroying you yet again with this deck, Tobias. Much like the Substitute, the Mind Master is a level 1 monster that we can pull out from the deck utilizing our 1-for-1, and once on the field along with the Brain Research Lab, we can use his special ability to summon freely our psychics from the deck and overwhelm Tobias with our mental prowess. To start with, I'll activate my normal spell, Teleforming, to enable me to search one field spell from the deck to my hand. And then I'll activate the Graceful Charity. This is a spell that allows me to draw 3 cards, and then discard 2 cards of my choice. I am choosing to discard the Mind Master and the Panda Borg. Why the Mind Master? Isn't he critical for my win condition? Well, I have a little something called the Telekinetic Power Well to bring him straight back. But for now, we'll use the Brain Research Lab to get an additional normal summon, summoning down the Panda Borg and the Psychic Commander. With this, I'll set 1 card and end my turn. Your move, Tobias. Foolish Burial. Are we playing the Lightsworns yet again?
Pretending life is tough when I'm in fancy clothes. Cry wolf, cry wolf.
I beat them once with my frogs. It will be no trouble to beat them yet again. Down comes a Dragoneth. I'm so scared, Tobias. Yeah. My Psychic Commander will fade, that's okay. But I'm already well prepared to deal with your nonsense. I'll activate, in my standby phase, the Telekinetic Power Well, bringing back my Mind Master. Then, utilizing the Mind Master's special ability... You're smarter than you look, using Solemn Judgment to negate my Power Well. I'll summon down my Armored Axe and Kicker, then tribute them both off for the Master Gig. Master Gig's special ability will activate, destroying the Dragoneth and attacking in for 2600. I bet you feel real foolish paying half your life points now, Tobias. Okay, the Premature is fine, bringing back the Dragoneth, but he's still too weak compared to my Master Gig. Oh. The second wolf.
Pretending life is tough when I'm in fancy clothes. Cry wolf, cry wolf.
You can build up your fortifications all you like, Tobias. It won't help you. I'll activate my Field Barrier continuous spell, protecting my Brain Research Lab from your destruction effects, and then fire off the Master Gig, using his effect to destroy the Dragoneth. Master Gig, clear the wolf, putting Tobias down to 100 life points. Getting another monster? How pathetic. I'll set down 1, and then I'll use the Master Gig to clear your first defender. Garroth Fools, as they all soon will to the Master Gig. I'll activate my Power Well, bringing back the Mind Master, and using his special ability to tribute my Psychic Jumper to summon the Psychic Snail from my deck. I'll use the Psychic Snail to clear the Rinyan, and the Master Gig to clear your Genis. And now, Mind Master, deal the last 100 damage to Tobias. 1 more loss, Tobias, and your soul will be mine. Setting 3, Tobias, how pathetic.
Pretending life is tough when I'm in fancy clothes. Cry wolf, cry wolf.
Foolish for the wolf, classic combination, and the Dragoneth is summoned. How predictable. My turn. I'll activate the Terraforming spell card, grabbing the Brain Research Lab to my hand. I'll then fire off my Field spell, enabling myself to have an extra normal summon of a psychic monster. MST off the bat, very annoying. I'll summon my Panda Borg and set down 1 back row, ending my turn. Panda Borg will fall, but in its place I can grab from my deck the Powered Injector. My turn, I draw, and I'll summon my Psychic Jumper. Using Psychic Jumper's ability, I can pay 1000 life points to change control of a psychic monster I control with your Gragonith. Now I'll head to battle, and Gragonith, clear my own injector. Goes in the match. Well, I guess I'll pick the lighter tribute, as much as it pains me to do so. Book of Moon to set down the Gragonith. Instant Fusion. I'll activate my Mind Over Matter, tributing off my Psychic Jumper to deal with your spell card. The Sunny Pixie.
Senno!
I am not gonna let you get away with the Catastor. I'll activate my Trap card. My turn, I'll flip summon the Gragonith, summoning down the Pandaborg and activate my Brain Research Lab. With this, I'll deal a nice 3700. Goes in match. Though it pains me to say this, I will elect to keep my light Gragonith on the field, dealing a nice 2000 damage to you. In the end phase, I'll mill out 3 cards and pass the turn.
Pretending life is tough when I'm in fancy clothes. Cry wolf, cry wolf.
The wolf is quite strong here. Gragonith will fall, returning to your graveyard, and I'll take 100 damage. Oh. How have I lost? Into game 3, Tobias. My turn, and this hand is a strange one for sure. I'll fire off the Terraforming, grabbing the Brain Research Lab from my deck to my hand. Then I'll normal summon the Power Injector, setting down 4 back row and passing the turn.
4 back row.
Jeremy, 4? That's insane.
Tobias mirrors my back row with 4, and he's summoning down the Rinyan as well. Interesting. So that's why you summoned that pathetic creature. I'll activate the Mystical Space Typhoon and send this mewling runt to the grave where it belongs. Okay, you can bring him back, sure thing. Down comes Gragonith, and down comes my Mind Over Matter. I'm smarter than you, Tobias. I've outthought your every single play, and your Gragonith is no match for me. My turn, I'll set down 1 more back row and pass it over. Graceful is fine. Especially when you're not doing anything proactive with it. The Glorious Illusion. That could be a problem. I will activate the Light Imprisoning Mirror, stopping your Gragonith from being able to mill cards and reducing his attack points to 2000. My turn. Psychic Snail, not quite strong enough. We'll activate the Cool of the Haunted, bringing back our Power Injector, and then fire off the Brain Research Lab. I'll summon down my Psychic Snail, then I'll use the Power Injector effect to boost up the Psychic Snail to clear your Gragonith. Power Injector, attack directly. Another illusion. How fortuitous for you. With this, I'll end my turn. I'll activate the Compulsory Evacuation device, bouncing your Gragonith to the hand. My turn. Destructotron, that's perfect. I'll summon this guy down. Scapegoat is rather annoying. 4 little sheep tokens will get summoned to your field, but by the end of this turn, all you'll have left are 2. Your turn. MST on the Light Imprisoning.
Judgment should be imminent.
I think I know where this is leading. Down comes the Judgment Dragon, and yes, my field will be annihilated here. 1 draw to save me. I draw. How have I failed yet again to take his soul? How can this keep happening to me?
See you, chump.
Right, with Yami Benbo defeated once more, it's time to get on with some actual progression decks that are fun and interactive. And first up, we are playing the old Troop, Dupe, Scoop. Okay, so maybe it's not too interactive for Tobias, but it's certainly fun.
That is your opinion.
Than the FTK decks we were playing earlier. Alright, looking at our opening hand, it doesn't look good. We've got 2 of the cards we like to mill in our opener, and we have no real use for the Wolf or the Malicious. Right, we're going to set down the Call of the Haunted and summon our little boy, the green, grabbing the red from the deck, passing the turn. Right, Tobias is going to lead off and go for the MST. Pretty fine trade if you ask me, I really don't really care too much about the Call. And the Shura will get summoned, sure. Right, I do not think we can beat Blackwing with this deck. It's just too strong. Down comes the Mistral from the deck, and we're going to get instant fused in the main phase 2. Oh my gosh, what are you making here, Tobias? Dark Fire Dragon, and then sinking off into the Brio. Interesting when I've got nothing on the field, but I suppose it just mitigates against any kind of problematic cards I could summon. Oh. Yeah, that is just about good enough to be game.
That was easy.
Right, into game 2. Fingers crossed we actually have a slightly better opener here. Wow, there were cards in the deck I don't want in the hand. I've opened them twice in my opener. Then what is this luck? Oh man, right, Tobias going to go for the Pot of Greed, sure thing, gum through your deck, you filthy Blackwing casual.
Is that racist?
Yes.
Right, Black Whirlwind and the Shura and the Kalute to hand. Right, we're going to go for the Cyber Dragon. Oh, it's going to get booked. Awesome. And we're going to set down the Bottomless. We're going to tribute set the Malicious instead, because, you know, we want to get maximum. I want to be able to float, Tobias. Let us float, baby.
They float. They float.
Right, the tribute set Malicious will fall, and Shura will summon out the Mistral from the deck, going into the instant fusion, and we know this play well and truly from duels past. Down comes Brio. We are going to Bottomless immediately, getting the Brio out of here. Right, our turn, all we're going to do is set down the Blue Thunder T45 and the Compulse and pass the turn. Tobias is going to go for the MST. Well, we might as well fire it off just to put Tobias back a turn on tempo.
Or not.
It was a mistake firing it off because the Sirocco is going to come down and Black Whirlwind will search Bora. Bora will come to the field, and there's the Thunder T45 gone. I'm going to take a nice 700 here and then a 2k to the dome. The only hope is if we draw like a card trooper here. Exactly. Well, Green Gadget is not a card trooper. We're going to go for the green, grabbing the red, and then pass. I don't know why we didn't just summon the final Malicious from the deck, because that could have at least mitigated a bit of damage. Not that I think it matters too much when, yeah, Tobias is just going to accrue so much advantage here. Green will fall, and we know that is just the game because of the Kalute in hand. Right, taking pity on me, Tobias has allowed us to go into the Consolation Game 3, which I will put on the old fast forward. We're going to go for the MST, clearing out Tobias's Dark Illusion, then we're going to go for the Card Trooper, plus the Machine Dupe, milling 9! Oh! Malicious for Malicious. Oh! Here we go, 19, 19, 19, 8. Not quite lethal, but very close to it. In the old main phase 2, we can set down our Compulsory, and we're feeling pretty good. Sirocco and the... Why don't we go for the Compulsory immediately? Right, we're going to get the Graceful Charity off of the Card Trooper. We're going to go discard the Card Trooper. We're going to go for the old Synchro into the old Dark End Dragon, popping Tobias' cards, and we're going to get...
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Losing the Card Trooper here. Tobias' turn, down comes the Bora, down comes Kalute, down comes Miss Worm. We're going to compulse that back to the actual deck. Then we're going to go for the old Blue Thunder T45, and there we go! Alright, for the final match of this episode, we are bringing Lightsworn. Now, this deck looks absolutely clean. We're playing 8 Lightsworn names in total: the Arcus, the Celestia, double Gareth, Graganith, double Jane, 1 Janice, triple Lumina, and the 1 Wolf, plus our 2 Judgment Dragons. To pair with them, we've obviously got the Card Trooper for more mills. DD Crow, I'm not sure why we're playing 1 in the main and 2 more in the side. Probably should have put this in the side and put something else in the main, but whatever. Triple Mizuki, because we are playing the Ryu Koki and the Spirit Reaper as other zombies that can be recurred from the graveyard. 2 Thunder King Ryu, just another really strong card. And we've got the 1 Book of Moon, Cold Wave, so we can just push for lethal. Econ, the Graceful Charity, 1 Monster Incarnation to recover the JD. MST, Pot of Avarice to recur basically our whole graveyard, Pot of Greed, Preemie and the double Solar Recharge, 2 Bottomless, 1 Call and the Compulse. Right, Right, Tobias just passing, really, bro? Okay, we're going to draw the Genis. I guess probably okay just to set the Genis and the 2 back, bro. Hopefully we don't regret doing that. Okay, we're going to regret it. ALO and the level limit and the Hydrogeddon.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Okay, thankfully the Genis is big enough that the Hydrogeddon doesn't pose too much of an issue just yet. Don't run back over to myself. We're going to go for the MST to try and pop the level limit here. I guess it is the win con, but geez, man, if I ever find a way to kill that level limit area B, you are just cooked. Don't know why we didn't summon the monster, but I guess now it doesn't really matter anyway, because the bug growth is just going to be able to attack directly, and that puts us on a pretty impressive clock here. Awesome, we're just going to normal summon the Illumina, milling 3 in the end phase. Then we get to do the Genis effect to burn 5 and gain 5. I think, to be honest, it's pretty easy to forget this card even has an effect because it's so rarely played. I'm going to go for the book on the Hydrogeddon, protecting the Illumina and stopping Tobias getting more advantage that way, but then we are going to sadly lose her to the Amphibious Bug Growth. Pot of Greed is huge here. We're going to fire that off, drawing the Illumina and the MST.
Hold up! Wait a minute! Something ain't right!
You know what? I bet that's the case. I bet I accidentally had 2 of this card in this main deck, and that's why I swapped the DD Crow into the actual deck profile that I saved, because I shouldn't have had the 2 MST because we only have 1 in the collection. Okay, so I guess that's why we discarded that card and just got a free draw, although that's basically turning our deck into a 39 card deck. The old cheating is strong in this one. Right, we're going to go for the MR, discarding the Garroth here, pulling back the Illumina, summon down the Illumina, and we can use her effect to discard the Mizuki, bringing back the Garroth. Could have brought back the other Illumina, that would have been funnier. And in the end phase, we're just going to mill a million here. 2, 3, 4, 5, drawing 1. Oh, we're actually going to use the Genis effect. Hooray! Right, although Tobias only took 100 instead of the 1000 that he should have taken. Down comes the Bug Growth, flips over the Hydrogeddon, and we are going to take a metric ton of damage here as the Illumina falls, and the Growth falls to the second Hydrogeddon, and then double Bug Growth in direct for a hot 3700 here. Right, our turn. Pot of Avarice is nice, but we really want to see the Dragon. Thank you, Graceful Chowty. Right, we're going to pitch the Mizuki and the Garroth, and then
judgment should be imminent.
Bingo, bango, skabam! The judgment is mine, Tobias. I'll pay a hot 1000, nuking the entire board. And then we're going to go for the Pot of Avarice, shuffling back the Card Trooper, the Garagonith, the Jane, the Lumina, and the Garroth. Into the deck they go, and we're going to draw 2. Okay, Jane is not too bad here.
Now we're cooking.
Right, we're going to go for the Mizuki, banish it for the Spirit Reaper. Then we're going to go for the normal summon Lumina, discard the Mizuki, summon back the Garroth, and then we're going to Mizuki for Mizuki, and that is the game. Surely to goodness, yes. Oh, the Judgment Dragon turnaround, baby. Oh my god, you love to see the Judgment Dragon in the opening hand. It means you don't have to worry about it getting milled to the graveyard and not being able to recover it. Bars is going to go for the Graceful Chaos Trap. Oh, that's something. Okay, Graceful into pot. This is going to be quite bad for us. Terraforming, grabbing the ALO. We have the MST, which is pretty nice here. Down comes the old level limit area B and the buggy.
This terrible feeling of deja vu.
That's not so bad for us. We're going to go for our Card Trooper, milling 3. And punching on over the Bug Growth here. So I was going to go for the Geomancer of the Ice Barrier, firing down the Instant Fusion to summon out the Deep Sea Shark, then sinking the 4 and the 2 into...
Hold up! Wait a minute! Something ain't right!
All water monsters lose 1 level. That's a 2 and a 4. We're just messing up all over the place, but whatever. Stardust Dragon is on the field somehow. Cards are going to get milled and the Wolf will summon out to the field.
Pretending life is tough when I'm in fancy clothes. Cry wolf, cry wolf.
Not that we can do anything about the Stardust Dragon. And Tobias are going to go for the Bug Growth. We're going to go for the Bottomless, at least get it out of here. And you could have actually Stardust to negate that because it does destroy first, but whatever. We are just misplaying all over the block this episode. Right, MST, that's going to bait the Stardust, surely. Yep, at least clears Tobias's field for the turn. We can summon down the Arcus and the Card Trooper, punch on in for a hot 3100 here. Oh, the absolute chungus that is Arcus. No idea why this guy is a Beast Warrior, by the way. He's just like a normal dude, but apparently I guess maybe he's foul to some degree. Do you think maybe he turns into wolf? Like, is there some like lycanthropy going on with the Lightsworns? Like if you look at his shoulder pads, it's the same thing, it's the same symbol. He's just got red and then it becomes like golden. Maybe these guys are the same card.
But hey, that's just a theory.
Tabas is just going to pass. We're going to go for the old Card Trooper Mill 3. And do we have 4 Lightsworn in the grave? We must do. Yes, we do. Oh, the SJ. Well, we do have the pot here. We're going to recover back the Judgment Dragon, the Lumina, the Thunder King, the Card Trooper, and the Mizuki. We want to keep at least 4 names in the graveyard for our Judgment Dragon. Should we draw them again? We've drawn the pot, which is...
Judgment should be imminent.
Gets us into another Judgment Dragon. We can nuke the entire board here. Then we're going to summon a second Judgment Dragon, and then that is the game. Whoa, okay, so we had some misplays all around. I think it basically evened itself out. Like, I cheated in that game. Tabas heavily cheated with the instant fusion shenanigans, but it just worked out well in the end that I managed to win anyway. Whew, thankfully Yami Benbo, despite resurfacing, couldn't quite take both my soul or Tabas's to soul, so there will indeed be another episode, and next episode we'll be opening Duelist Revolution as the core set, and Gold Series 3 for our second sealed product. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please subscribe to stay up to date with more episodes of the Seal of Progrichalcos. Goodbye.